Greetings, stream. Let me know how the music and audio balance is, because this is going to be important.
Channel co-star. Something's gone wrong. My stream isn't working.
This is for Drug Month and time to...
I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually not able to message author back when he does that tell thing, so I'll have to talk to him about that later on. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much ready to go over here.
I am pretty much ready as well, with Ko's having some minor technical issues. I think stream might be coming on now. I have an ad that showed up.
Oh yeah, it's working now.
Awesome.
Low stream.
I suck at that. Bam. Suddenly my stream hears explosions.
If you and Dyer are ready to go, I think that we are ready to let the refs know that we are ready to go.
I am ready. I'm recording too.
Oh, good point. Thank you.
No problem.
Have we decided lanes yet?
That's a good point.
Can't see that crap on the lava.
Well, that was some TNT there. Alright.
Let's close down my preview window, I think.
Yep, looks like there's been some playing around here. The lava has broken out.
Actually, just gonna minimize.
Yeah, they probably should have covered that lava up with I don't know, something on the side. It's pretty though. Alright, yeah, it sounds like they haven't sumoed yet. I'm trying to pick out what I can from the chat. It's kind of scrolling by a bit quick though.
I have all 3 chats open.
Alright, they are working it out right now.
I'm going to close my preview window.
They are about to sumo Solitary Wolf versus Nika244. Solitary Wolf from the Cobalt Crafters. He's been punched out of the sumo ring.
Real quick too.
There might have been some interference though because they built it right where people spawn. So I think they're going to rematch it. And Solitary
And
Wolf
same
has been
results.
knocked out again. Yep. That means that the Caulk blockers are going... Oh, they're both Caulk blockers. Okay, I thought for some reason I thought Solitary Wolf was on the Cobalt Crafters. My bad.
Okay, I was really confused there because I was thinking they were. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go off what Coaster said.
I'm sorry. I got it in my head somehow that he was on the other team. My bad. So, unfortunately, I guess we are still waiting. Solitary Wolf would like to point something out to us.
I figure probably something to do with the spawners, maybe.
Both entrances to the Red Wool are for lane 1. Oh, the signs say. They both say lane 1. Yeah, we can get that fixed up. Chances are a ref is already on the way there.
Well, while we're waiting, should we go over the map layout for those who have not seen this, and possibly even explain the game type for those who have not seen that either?
Indeed we should. First and foremost, this map is called Modern Warfare, and it was created by the famed Cilantro Gamer. You can find him on twitch.tv more often than not. His channel is twitch.tv/Cilantro Gamer, and he does tons and tons and tons of Minecraft every single day, except for like a couple days a week. Very cool guy. He designed this map and multiple others, and it is a race for wool style map. If you would like to go ahead and explain that, do.
The objective in a Race for Wool map is to place the objective wools on your victory monument, which I'm currently looking at on my stream. In this case, it'll be the I believe, red, blue, and green wool, yes. They are located in special dungeons located throughout the map, usually inside of wool rooms, which may be called fleecy boxes by us. And the main goal is to make it through the section as it's laid out and claim the wool and put it on your monument. Once one team has all 3 monuments on, or all 3 wool on their monument, they win.
Now, if you're used to Vex maps, this map has a little bit different style monument. It's in not quite the middle of the map, it's at the end of the first section, and it is shaped like a claw. And this is where you place your wools. Do they have to break the glass and put them on top, or
it's initially it was intended that you break the glass and put the wool on top of there, but I've seen people do all sorts of things.
Right.
One of the other differences is the final wool on this map is actually in a joint kind of area where both teams cross into, I wouldn't say the middle lane or anything, but it is a middle part of the map.
Indeed. It is definitely a pretty unique aspect. I think there's a few more maps now that have adopted this sort of end-game, in-your-face melee PvP portion, where both teams have to enter. I believe they enter from the side somewhere, or is it...
It's up here on top, I believe.
You actually do have to enter through the volcano bit.
A bit
It's
dangerous.
been a while. Yep. So you have to fight your way in there. There's branching paths that go out to the red wool rooms deep within.
Sounds like they need a countdown for, I'm thinking, the sumo match. I'm going to head back that way I can get a camera on that.
I have a question from my stream asking, did Vex start that way of making wool rooms, or was it started by somebody else? As far as I know, the brick and glass wool room was invented by Vex for his Super Hostile series.
Are you you and Co-Star coming back for the sumo match, or am I here by myself?
Indeed. We have
Okay,
just
we'll hold
arrived.
off.
Alright, we are here. We're ready to go. Alright, so we have Nika versus... Can't really read it.
Jabayan, I think.
Jabayan.
Yep, Jay Bayan. And there they go.
Nika of Caulk Blockers, I believe, C-A-U-L-K.
Almost took himself out of the ring. Oh,
Oh.
wow. One of those super punch moves there. Jay Bayan went flying out. KMK has announced that they're going to be lane 1.
I like that. Grass Giants made it like we wanted lane 2 anyways. We're getting a synchronized huddle over here.
The Caulk Blockers all have synchronized jerseys with what looks like a chicken with a no symbol over its face. and group suicide there.
Actually, it looks like the
Apparently they
Cobalt
blocked
Crafters.
themselves.
They also have, unless I'm reading the same team. I might be
Curious now, I'm going to look at
Actually,
theirs
both
too.
teams, yeah,
The
both teams seem
Cobalt
to have.
Crafters, they have cobalt-colored tools on the backs of their shirts, or so it appears. This cobalt is a blue, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually
Blue
more interested
steelish.
that the. Oh, I see. They're chickens.
Yes, those guys. Those are chickens. You know,
So it's a triple
cock-a-doodle doo. Yeah. Apparently, my head is on backwards. But I'm sure that that's not going to affect the match at all, so we won't worry about that. So the teams are getting into their troughs. We have Caulk Blockers here in lane 1.
Troughs.
Caulk Blockers are Gramps 223, Solitary Wolf XD, Nika 244, and MK 325. And the Cobalt Crafters are Grass Giants, Fatter Chick 3, Jay Bayan, and Op Kid 1.
Actually, I had the pleasure of seeing both these teams compete. I haven't seen them up against each other, I don't believe. But I do know both these teams are capable, so this should be a really good match.
I've seen a good
Have
chunk
they
of.
each
Go ahead.
have they each played in the throwdown? Or any of the throwdowns?
I think, I know Caulk Blockers has gone in through the throwdowns. I want to even say the Cobalt Crafters have too. But it could have been an earlier match. I've seen them possibly from the Minecraft Forum tournament.
I've seen all but one of these on my PvP stream events, so they're all well versed in PvP.
Minecraft Homicide.
Yes.
Alright, so are we ready to rock and roll? Because I am.
I'm ready as well.
You ready, Dyer?
I am ready.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. We are ready, go. That's not exactly what I meant to say. There's a lot of, having a little
Looks like Grants fell through.
derp session here. They're not ready. Okay, so they're gonna work it out. But we should be starting this match momentarily.
Looks like Cobalt may be ready. It looks like CB may be ready.
Awesome. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to remember what exactly is the first big objective, because, you know, in direct fire it was getting to the bridge. In this map, I wonder what that would be. The equivalent.
I've...
Well, in this case, I think that one of the first objectives that you want to capture is this first house here, which might not seem like much, but this tends to be a bit of a choke point here because you've got a good place to build a cannon from, because you want to shoot across and perhaps blow up the house, blow up the stairs.
It's
also where they, it's where they enter this first dungeon.
Yeah, and it also has supplies in it as well. So this house and
Indeed.
the brick tower tend to be fairly contested areas.
Yeah, definitely. The map gets so hairy beyond this point that I think it starts to sort of become a, everybody gets wrapped up in concentrating on their own problems by the time they get down here.
Soul Sand.
Oh
dungeon.
yeah, God. Don't hit the pigmen. Is this version still a pigman version as far as spawners go?
I saw
I
a
hope
few
so.
back there.
I hope it is.
Yeah.
The way the AI works, for those of you who have not experienced this, all it takes is for one side to hit a pigman for them to aggro on everybody so they can use it strategically.
I really hope someone does that.
Alright, let's see what's going on here. Looks like they're doing the final prep, butchering unnecessary mobs and so forth.
Author Blues is wanting to check if we are ready. I'm ready.
We are ready indeed.
I'm ready as well.
Guys excited?
Yes, indeed. This I'm very excited
Yeah.
to see another match. It's been so long. I have a feeling this tournament's gonna be really good.
Me too. The first lineup is looking really good so far.
Both teams are ready.
Right.
Countdown is
Indeed, they
going.
are.
Oh, here
There
we
it
go.
goes.
Wait, someone just hopped off the edge.
Oh, oh,
It's all right.
oh,
It's all right.
I don't even know how he fell out.
oh. Apparently, there's one missing glowstone over here.
We should fix that because it's supposed to be there. It'll be open in a bit anyway. Permanently. Okay, time has been reset.
Ay, ay, ay.
Anticipation.
All right, I think we're starting for real now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Doors are open.
Fantastic. All right, they're off.
I wonder who's going to get first shot off.
I think Cobalt may have picked up a bow first, but it's simply a question of what kind of shooting they're doing.
Oh, Nika is a big arrow PvPer. He's already laid into him.
Yeah, he's doing that jump shot technique that we see happen a lot behind barriers like this.
I like
Indeed
watching
he
it. I
is.
hate having it done to me.
Cockblockers have reached their house and are inside it, and also are taking the brick tower right now.
We've got at least one Cobalt crafter. He's already been inside the house. He's retreating a little bit, possibly to help out. No, he's going back uphill now.
I see him coming up here. He's probably going to go for the brick tower. Or not. He's going to keep on going. Has some other objective in mind.
It looks like all of Cobalt has managed to escape the start area without any losses. And it looks like most of them are suited up in leather armor.
Looks like Gramp from the Cockblockers decided to take some fall damage just to run and jump off the Victory Monument area.
Alright, we've got Nika and Jay Bayan exchanging arrows here at the house.
Grass Giant was completing a bridge just beyond the brick tower, but he tried to jump and missed and fell down a hole.
Ooh, ouch. Fell down into the valley there.
Yes.
Nika got first blood, it looks like.
Let's see.
Yeah, Nika's laying
Nika.
into him now.
Nika is doing well, holding his own versus two Cobalt crafters. Managed to take one out.
It looks like the CBs are raiding the graveyard for supplies. I now see someone with both iron armor and chainmail armor.
Yeah, they are armored up already.
And they are making sure to light up the area, which is very important. Looks like
I'm gonna look inside that chest and see what it looks like on the other side.
Looks like OP Kid from Cobalt has also managed to reach the graves and is looting them. But he is coming under fire from, I'm not sure if it's a skeleton or another player. I think that's MK from the CBs.
The rest of the Cobalt crafters, or almost all the rest of the Cobalt crafters, were back in their sand hut. Just recently dispersed, but Nika from the Caulk blockers has been basically keeping them on lockdown. Although they're starting to make their way out now.
Have we seen any runs on a dungeon yet? Or for a wool?
MK took out OP Kid, who had iron armor and was the furthest Cobalt crafter along.
One of the Caulk blockers, I think, managed to get down into the first dungeon, but it doesn't appear that they survived. I see that the lava at the beginning of that first drop has been completely turned to obsidian, but there's nobody here.
Right now I'm watching one of the Caulk blockers, Gramps, make his way up to the third and final wool area, all by himself. And he's armored up, diamond sword and everything.
The Caulk blocker's iron at the bottom has been blown up by J. Bayan, as far as I can tell. I'm not sure if that was cannon-based.
There is a trap due to, I think you trigger by dropping a minecart on something over there.
Ah.
Anyway, Grass Giant tried to go through the graveyard without any armor on at all and was quickly dispatched. OP Kid is trying the same thing now as well.
Alright, J.
Gramps is
Bayan
dealing with a lot of mobs over here.
of the Cobalt crafters is collecting the iron blocks and diamond from the bottom of their, I'm not sure what you want to call this, their mossy maze underneath the brick tower. They also collected the TNT, so this is going to be helpful for the Cobalt crafters. If they get some diamond armor, that's going to give them a pretty decent advantage.
Right now I'm watching Gramps as he makes his way through the obsidian labyrinth on the way to the third wool.
I think OP Kid did that strategically, where he hit the pigman to get it to chase after MK325, who was surrounded by 5 pigmen.
Very interesting strategy here being executed by Solitary Wolf from the Caulk blocker side. He is completely destroying the spawn area of Cobalt crafters. And I mean completely. There's a huge valley here now where their spawn house used to be. Their supplies may have been completely blown up if they had any spawn supplies still here at the beginning. And now they are easy pickings for arrows. That's a pretty shrewd move on their part, I'd say.
Gramps is in trouble, big time. There he is, he just got taken out. He actually aggroed a Enderman, it looks like.
This is going to be really, really bad for the Cobalt crafters. He's managing to get through. Managed to get safe.
That Enderman is still mad over here.
And OpKid got murdered at the spawn. This is going to be really, really rough to deal with. They're not going to have...
Pigmen are not mad anymore, that's good.
It looks like Jabayan on Cobalt Crafters has made it back to the graveyard area, but is getting shot up by MK. But MK was he reclaimed his armor from when he died. So it looks like the lockdown at the graveyard is still in place.
I'm going to attempt to try to catch some of the team's commentary from their channels. I'll be back here in just a few.
Cena, actually.
I am really impressed with this strategy here from the Caulk blockers. The question at the moment that I have is, do the Cobalt crafters have bed spawn points set anywhere?
They may have some in the tower based on how quickly some people were returning. There's also a bed in the sandstone hut if it's still standing.
Well, we haven't had nighttime yet, so they wouldn't have been able to set their spawn anyway.
Oh.
Like, the way it is right now, Cobalt crafters will be in big trouble if they die. OpKid has not been able to get out of here. I mean, clearly the cock blockers had this in mind, as you can see.
Yeah, this is actually a really good strategy because it's so thin and just dirt, so it's really easy to take out most of these blocks.
Mm-hmm. And when they respawn, they don't have anything to use to protect themselves or build across or anything like that. So as long as, you know, a few of the cock blockers hang back and make sure to shoot any Cobalt crafters that show up. Oh, and then now there's 2 of them in here.
And they may be able to claim some of this dirt and build a bridge across, but it's still going to be pretty risky.
Very much so.
If I remember right, he has plenty of arrows, so he's not going to run out anytime soon.
Yeah, this is a good move on OpKid's part. I wouldn't surface if I were him.
Though it does look like Fatter Chick 3 is running the first dungeon for the Cobalt Crafters. As is Solitary Wolf.
Man, this is really, really rough. I mean, this shuts down a team pretty well. Let's see how OpKid's doing here. Oh, he managed to get out. Did he manage to survive?
Solitary Wolf
Nope.
is having some trouble with skeletons.
Let's see, there's currently 1 cock blocker holding this spawn camp. And that's it. And 2 Cobalt crafters who are stuck in the spawn.
Definitely a fair trade. Solitary Wolf has managed to get out of his zombie and skeleton trap and is now pulling up relatively even with Fatter Chick on their assault to the first dungeon.
I think Gramps was just able to reclaim some of his equipment, but he's got 3 creepers closing in on him right now.
And yeah, Nick is still raining arrows down upon the poor spawning Cobalt Crafters.
Yeah, they are. This is rough. Really, really rough for them.
I mean, even if they get a bridge built, there's a good chance they'll just set off their cannon again and take it out.
This time, Gramps brought a number of blocks of gravel with him to kind of close off the area behind him as he makes his way through the labyrinth.
I believe MK325 has retreated from the graveyard area and is now taking pot shots at Fatter Chick. The Fatter Chick is very well walled up.
And they have their chance now to set their spawn and get out of this situation. Oh, J-Bian, no, go back. If J-Bian should really just go for the bed right now. Just make a run for it and hope for the best. No, go in the house. Oh, wow. No, that's not a good decision, I don't think.
Grass Giant has come up with the blue wool. He's a Cobalt Crafter. I believe they're the only one with the wool right now.
Really?
I don't know how he got it. I didn't see him go, but...
Well, unfortunately, J-Bian didn't seem to recall that they had a bed in the sandhouse, so he didn't actually set his spawn point, which means he's still going to be subject to this spawn hell if he dies.
There
Gramps made more progress that time, but he was taken out again by a zombie as he was kind of holed up in there. A lot of his stuff is still on the ground. He might have time to reclaim that, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Grass Giant was able to sneak down there, but he definitely was able to do it.
And Jay Byan did die, and here he is back here again.
So what's the current wool score? Like, who has what? Do you guys know?
As far as I know, the blue wool is had by Cobalt Crafters, and no other wool is had by the CVs. They've mostly focused on
Alright.
PvPing them down. Because I know they made a run on the red wool, but it doesn't look like that was successful because of Endermen.
Yeah, they definitely put a lot of effort into the PvP. We're seeing OP Kid just got taken out by NK, also Grass Giant taken out just now.
Cobalt Crafters don't seem to be daunted by this. Fatter Chick is busy working through the first dungeon now, so they're just trucking along and still going for the wolves.
I did pop into their channel, though. The Cobalt Crafters did sound a bit stressed out. They, I have heard one of their team members call it a death zone up there.
Oh, yeah.
And to get out, so...
Understandably, I would say this would be pretty discouraging.
Now, the Cobalt Crafters have been unable to light up their graveyard area, and they're getting a lot of spawns. I see spiders and skeletons. Ooh, and someone died with some diamonds.
Let's see, Fatter Chick died, but I didn't see a respawn here. I'm not sure. That may mean that he or she set their spawn point somewhere, which would be a smart move, or perhaps not. Let's see what's going on here. Is this Op Kid? That is Op Kid again. So they may have managed to set their spawn points away from there, and all except for Op Kid, who I think just got shot off the edge and fell to his death. Yes, he did.
Looks like Gramps is trying to make his way back to the third area again, but he's got to contend with some undead, because you would think the lava would light up the platforms well enough, but apparently they didn't. And he's ticked off another Enderman.
Solitary Wolf tried to rush in where a lot of mobs were and died. He was at the last main turn towards the green wall. One little devious trap going towards the green wall is that underneath the lava it's lined with furnaces, and if you try to place a block on a furnace, it will open the furnace and you have a good chance of falling in the lava. A couple of these furnaces actually have items in them, like I think there's a diamond pick somewhere, or maybe a diamond sword. Maybe both.
That's pretty ingenious. Did not realize that.
And Ko, you were getting some requests from your stream to increase the volume of your microphone.
You look different too, but in a good way.
Alrighty. I wasn't actually talking at the time. They might have thought it was Dyer. Thought Dyer was me, perhaps.
Well, it's always 30 seconds back. They may have just been commenting because I said a couple things about that.
Looks like Gramps is going to be entering into the final wool volcano here.
Did they make it down? Oh, there's someone there.
Who else was headed there, you said, Ko?
To the end here?
Yeah. Or were you talking about Gramps?
I was talking about Gramps.
Alright.
And I'm not going to
Immediately
go
hearing creepers go
in
off.
there. I don't want to interfere or be in the way of
Yeah, it's not
anybody
too bad
who's
as long
in
as you
there.
hang back a little bit. One person is... I can go in there, though.
Yeah, Grass Giant definitely has slept in the sand house bed, but Jabayan still hasn't, even though he just walked right by it.
I'm not sure that he's aware or that his teammates have mentioned to him that he could set his spawn point. Which is unfortunate because it's a heck of a long walk back every time.
Especially because he just got killed again.
Yeah, he keeps getting killed over and over again. Same with Op Kid, who is also running past the sand house and not setting his spawn.
The AI improvements on the creepers are actually a little bit creepy right now because they are hunting him, but they cannot get to him right now. Inside the obsidian.
Okay, so you are keeping
Jay
track of
Byan
the
has fallen to his death.
obsidian room.
Yeah, keeping track of Gramps, that is. He's right now inside the volcano.
Oh yes, there are mobs up here in the spawn area. Well, hopefully one of the rest will see that and take care of it.
Crap, I'm drawing light spheres. Burn up. Oh well.
Apparently now I have XP in my face. I need to scoot away from it.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Creeper just sitting down towards... Oh, yeah, I see. They're all stuck on the corner.
Yeah, they're hunting another.
So does-
How many are in there? It looks like 5.
Does Gramps have the red wall? Oh, he's getting kicked in by a zombie? Ooh.
Oh.
And the Cobalt crafters haven't even made it over to the red wall dungeon. And
No,
they're...
I haven't seen them push for it at all.
They may be waiting for day because of how many spawns there are in the graveyard zone.
J-Buy and Nop Kid still paying for the lack of a bed-based spawn point in a different location. Paying dearly for that mistake. Oh my goodness.
Hopefully they set a bed soon because the sun is coming up.
And I see that cannon is loaded again as well.
It's interesting. Both teams now have the first wool. I just kind of got caught up on that.
Here comes a cannon blast. Oh, too far. Alright, I'm gonna mosey on and see what else is going on here.
Grass Giant has made it to the end of the graveyard area for cock blockers, but I don't think he has enough supplies to make an attempt on the red wall.
Well, he might be able to steal Gramps if he gets in there. He doesn't really know what's there, though.
Looks like Fatter Chick is in the midst of delivering the green wool to the monument.
So in spite of all their troubles, the Cobalt crafters do seem to be ahead as far as item collection.
Indeed. Well, as far as we can see.
Though
Yeah.
it does look like Solitary was able to get the green wool for the CBs. Based on the fact I see a lot of obsidian down there.
Was Gramps able to make it out with the red wool?
Gramps
I
never
don't
made
think
it
he actually
in.
made it all the way there to it, yeah.
Okay. So it may yet boil down to a battle royale in the volcano.
That would be amazing.
Let's see if there's any evidence that they've gotten the blue wool. I don't see any evidence that the CBs have gotten the blue wool. It looks like the Cobalt crafters have found some sort of sneaky way through here to avoid most of the trouble. Because I can tell that they broke a block of glass, but I don't see any horrible evidence that they had to traverse the entire dungeon as it was designed.
Gramps brought a lot of supplies into the red wool area before he died, and right now I'm not sure if MK is trying to support or just trying to make a run on it to get that stuff back, because I figure it's got about maybe 2 minutes left before that timer despawns it. I'm actually going to pop into the Cock Blockers channel, and that's CAU, and find out what's going on with them.
Alrighty, let us know.
The Cobalt crafters have moved forward towards the end of the graveyard area and seem to be setting up some sort of base. Pigmen
Ouch,
have
yeah,
been
you don't want to
re-angered.
anger those pigmen.
I don't know if that was
Yeah, that's bad
intentional or
news.
not.
J-Buy making a run for it to the water.
And he's being very
That's
successful
not
at
dissuading the pigman. Oh,
it.
ooh.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, but he set himself on fire.
Go back to the water. Actually, there's some water ahead. Hopefully he knows it's
Yeah,
there.
I think he was debating on whether to go forward or back. He's decided to go forward, but he's not on fire anymore anyway.
I'm gonna see how their base construction is going here. Yeah, now I don't believe they've gathered any of the supplies from the spheres, and there are quite a few in them, if I recall. There's some TNT and glass. I think the higher ones have.
I had to come back and say that Nika was kind of panicking there for a second around the Soul Sand graveyard area. The pigmen are not happy with him, and they are kind of hoarding around him right now.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those pigmen.
Apparently they are mostly aggroed on him, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be painful.
That's another thing about that section. You occasionally accidentally shoot an arrow into one. When you're
Yeah,
trying
you wouldn't think it would be too hard to avoid them, but it seems
everywhere.
like there's always something. Yeah, there's always something that gets them angry at you.
I'm pretty sure the AI just makes them walk in front of your arrows.
Looks like Jabian
We've
is
got
attempting
Nika.
the Red Wool dungeon.
You know, looks like Nika and MK from CB are actually focus firing on someone over on the Cobalt Crafter side. And they took him out. Oh no, it's still Fatter Chick. She's holed up though.
I could have saved him, but I'm a live caster, so I couldn't. I saw a creeper lock onto Jabian and hunt him down. I felt bad.
It's worse watching Gramps try to make a run for the third wool, because you'll see 5 creepers just spawn all of a sudden coming right at him.
Looks like we got some heat here at the spheres.
Yeah, I assume Gramps
Yeah,
is going
Fatter
to try
Chick
to
is holding down right now.
run the Red Wool with iron armor on, which will give him a much better chance of success.
And I see MK wearing completely chain armor,
Yes, there are
which
some
is,
of
I think, a first for me. That's first I've seen that. What kind of armor rating does that provide? You know?
It's about the same as gold.
Okay. That's not terrible.
I think everything's the same
Does
as
it
gold
degrade as fast as
except the
gold?
pants. The pants are slightly more or less effective.
It looks like Fatter Chick ran out of food, actually had to eat some zombie flesh or something in order to try to stay alive. There's folks firing though. They're basically locking Fatter Chick down until, you know, she gets back up.
Cooper69 is asking, is this, or this is the Silver Race Roller? Yes, this is Modern Warfare by Cilantro Gamer.
Indeed, it looks like things are getting a little bit rough there for the Cobalt Crafters. MK's doing a good job of keeping the heat on them.
Let's see if the CBs are making any progress towards the blue wall.
Fatter Chick went down with a bunch of glowstone, redstone, and TNT, and they've been using that to make some kind of cannon at some point, but that's not going to happen now unless they reclaim it.
There's a bloodbath there for a moment.
The pigmen are mad.
Did anybody else see that squid? I saw a squid.
Maybe MD'd.
They're actually saying Fatter Chick is actually a he. So I'll have to keep note of that.
MK is still bringing the heat. Jabian's going to make another run at it. No supplies, so that's not going to be... I don't think that's going to work out too well. Unless he's just carrying them and hasn't put them on, or perhaps he's going to pick them up here.
And in this version, if he hits him with an arrow that goes through the lava, he will set him on fire.
He's going to try to hole up for a minute. Oh, right in the face.
Too late, yeah.
Has Gramps managed to make it into the red dungeon?
Was just on my way to go check that out.
Apparently not, because Jabian was shot by Gramps.
Yep. And I still see Jabian's items down in here. Pile of stuff. I see creepers waiting to ruin somebody's day. Doesn't look like anybody's been in there for a little bit. Not since Jabian's been in. Wow, all the Cobalt crafters are going for it right now. I think that they know that the Caulk blockers don't have the red wool yet either.
I think that'll be the last wool for them, so that's definitely a good push for them to make.
Yeah, if they throw everything at getting that red wool and they manage to get it, then that's all they need.
Again, the CB still don't have the blue wool either, so they are a wool and a half behind.
Okay, Jay Bayan making another attempt. It doesn't sound like it started off too well, and he got shot by a skeleton.
Grass giant coming in right behind him.
Whew, I got out of there just in time then. Alright, I'm gonna follow Grass Giant in. Yeah. And here it comes. There it was.
Let me go pop into their channel and see what I can pick up.
It's getting stalked by another creeper, and... oh, boom. He was not aware that they were there.
Jabian is coming around again and was set on fire by some lava, and then was immediately shot by the Fishnet Warrior MK325.
This is getting really, really intense at the spheres here.
It looks like the CBs have constructed 3 full suits of iron armor.
Oh, that is going to help a lot. And they've not really been panicking, per se. They don't seem to have made another attempt in. They're just kind of biding their time and prepping up. And also building a bridge, which they seem to have given up on, because all 4 of them are now down below. I have a feeling that they're probably going to make their push here momentarily. And that may end up working out in their favor, because it doesn't appear that just trucking your way in there with no armor or supplies is really going to be a successful strategy. There's creeper spawners in there, so that you're never going to run out of creepers. And you're probably not ever going to get the wool out of there past the creepers and survive. Alright, Grass Giant is going in for another attempt. I'm going to follow him down here. He's getting snuck up on by another creeper, as just like last time, he managed to survive it. Jay Bayan coming down in here, Op Kid coming down in here. So all the Cobalt crafters.
However, both Gramps and Solitaire Wolf are getting close to entering the volcano in their full suits of iron armor, and at least one of them has a diamond sword. So they're going to be...
Look at these creepers.
They're going to be at a nice PvP advantage if any Cobalt crafters manage to make it in there around the creepers.
Looks like the fatter chick is setting up some ladders to get in and out easier, but at the same time it's just going to make Gramps and them... Oh, we got problems here.
Oh, we've got some PvP going on. Diamond Axe versus Diamond Sword.
Oh no!
The entire Cobalt Crafters squad got completely destroyed, and it was once again a case of the creepers spawning from the little creeper holes, and then coming up behind the players after they've walked by and are not watching their backs.
Yeah, this is going to come down to gear right here at the red wool, I believe, because it looks like all the CBs are ironed up, basically, at this point.
Indeed they are, and they are going to be in a way more advantageous position here going in. But will they watch their backs?
They have the high ground.
Yeah, I mean, because this assault could just as easily fail. I mean, I'm already seeing creeper explosions.
I saw something that was pretty cool. J-Valiant was trying to climb the mountain as he's being shot at. And I got right up to him, and they got hit in the face with a sword.
Gramps is taking out a lot of these creeper spawners. And I think he might be refreshing his iron armor with some of the iron armor in here. I mean, because it could be that the CBs end up taking out most of the creeper spawners, but somehow dying, and then leaving a clear path for the Cobalt crafters. And there's a creeper.
We got 2 of our crafters coming up right now, too.
Okay, let's see if we can't sneak down here.
MK is just basically holding the hill against the Cobalt crafters right now. They don't have any armor as they're trying to just swarm them, I believe, but I don't think that's going to work.
Now, for the viewers, you have to understand that it is a bit of a labyrinth down here inside this place. So it's not just a straight walk. It can be a little bit difficult to find your way around, and you have to get the wool from your team-appropriate wool room. You can't just grab it from whichever room you happen upon.
Yeah, and they are reversed, I believe. As far as some angles go, or sides.
That also
Really
means
does
no
point.
sabotaging the other team's wool.
Yeah, just looking over here, watching the Cobalt crafters trying to make their death runs, basically, at this point, up the Death Mountain here. The Ender's Tears. They are just getting slaughtered.
They may find that they'll have an opportunity to kind of scalp the red wool from the Caulk blockers while they're on their way out. 'Cause there's no easy way out of here.
Gramps didn't make it. I believe Solitary Wolf is still in here, though. And they were only one turn away from the wall room, but it was had mobs pouring out. I wish I could try to show my stream the wall room here.
You know, what would be really good right now for the Cobalt crafters to do would be to bring a bed up closer to this area, since they don't have any other supplies. At least they would be able to respawn more quickly. Heck, they could even respawn on the mountain. You know, they could sneak a bed around the back here.
I got lost in here.
There's a nice little place back here that you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, of course the problem is at this point that it looks like the Caulk blockers are going to keep this locked down. I mean, unless the Cobalt crafters get some arrows in the game here, or some armor of some kind, they're not going to fare too well against a completely ironed armored archer standing here on top of the mountain.
Even got one of the CBs over there on top of one of these obsidian spheres firing down at these Cobalt crafters as they try to make their runs. So they've got double fire coming on right now.
Wait, is Solitary on the wrong side?
Where is he?
Which one is lane 1 and which one's lane 2?
Lane 1 is where JCLL is right now. Cookie Monster. I just flew over it.
I mean, is it if you're looking out towards the map from the start, is it the one on the right or the one on the left?
It's the one on the left.
Lane 1 is the one on the left.
Yes, lane 1 is the one on the left.
I think you went the
If
wrong
you're looking
one.
down the lane.
He was definitely in the lane 2
Where's he
area.
at?
He was in the lane 2 area. I'm still standing by it.
Did you see where he went? Did he die?
He left the area, but
Where is this area? Are you saying at spawn?
No, in the lava.
I'm
volcano.
here with you, Du. I believe this is lane 1. Well, I don't know. It's maybe made mislabeled. I'm not sure.
Because I know the other side definitely says lane 1, and he was up here.
It might be that the refs actually didn't go and fix the signs, so they both say lane 1 at this point. Which
But I think he may have pillared up backwards. Not actually seeing the... He has the red wool, though, but it's the wrong red wool.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you have to go to the other lane side and then get the wool from that side, because that is your wool to get, I believe. It's hard to, I don't know, say. But it's weird. But I think you're right, Du.
I can't announce that.
Gramps is saying that the volcano is shared, but I think
Yeah,
that
but-
he means... Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I don't think any of the rest of them did.
Let's see.
Well, if you're facing the mountain and you saw Solitary Wolf get the red wool from the what would be the left red wool room, then that would probably be the wrong room.
Yeah, I mean, the
Because
way
it sounds
it's-
like they're supposed to be swapped.
Yeah, the way it's labeled in here, he may have the
But
wrong
if they're
one.
both labeled lane 1, then there's a problem.
No, one's labeled lane 1, the other one's labeled lane 2.
So they are labeled correctly. That was fixed by the refs?
Yes.
Okay, then if you saw Solitary Wolf getting the red wool from lane 1 room, then
No,
the
he-
wool that he has is invalid.
He got it from the lane 2 room.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, I meant the other way around.
Man, it hurts watching them just nail people with arrows one after the other.
You may want to bring that up because he's about to claim victory.
Man, MK is brutal with that. Oh, man. They still have control of the mountain, though, that's for sure.
So you're saying you saw him grab it from the lane 2 room,
Yes.
right? Okay. It's a good thing you caught that, because I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else was in there at the time, or could have been in there at the time.
I'm just verifying that spawn says that, yeah, it says lane 1 on this side. Let's make sure it says lane 2 on this side. So yes, they were backwards.
Let me go pop and get their reaction on this in Mumble.
It looks like they're already laughing it off a bit.
Are we content with letting them just trash the wool they picked up and then have to run it from there?
If the teams are okay with it, and you are okay with it, then I don't see any problem with it. What
Well, I
about
don't
the
have
refs?
a problem with it. We don't have a problem with it either. It puts us in an uncomfortable position because technically he made an error in which their team should be disqualified. But there's a big difference between error by malice and error by not paying attention. So we try to make accommodations for things like that.
Roger that.
I do believe the Cobalt Crafters just got a hands up, basically. Maybe. We'll see. Gramps is still down there. Crash Giant was able to knock MK into the lava and take him out, and just, didn't matter if he had iron armor at that point.
And the way to their wool has been secured by the other team.
I'm going to try broadcasting to all channels at once.
Okay. I want to pop into their channel and see what they say about that.
By the way, stream listeners, that was Author Blues, the tournament
All
lord.
right, so here's what we're going to do. Hopefully you can all hear me right now. We are going to continue as proceeded. The red wool that was picked up by Solitary needs to be destroyed, and we're going to continue from there. Just go.
And there you have it. So that's the judgment. We're going to go ahead and keep playing. Basically from where we were, the refs are going to destroy the red wool that Solitary picked up from the wrong room. And we'll see how this plays out from here.
I always get so lost down here.
Alright, so it looks like Gramps is entering the mountain right now. I'm going to try to sneak by down it and see what I can see.
Alright, well I'm down, trapped in this very cramped lava maze. I think we may have... Oh, there you are.
Hello.
There's Gramps.
Whoops, I was in his way.
In fact, I'm gonna head
I'm
over.
going to get out of the way.
Yeah, this is the way they're not supposed to go. So let's see what they do.
The CB team is just fine with that. They're laughing it off. They're already making fun of each other for messing it up. So they're taking it with stride.
Yeah, it looks like they're heading to the correct direction this time, I think.
It sounds like one of the Cobalt Crafters might have rage quitted. Rage quit?
Well,
Yep.
Jabayan hasn't been on for a while. There he is. I don't know if he's
There
had
we
any
go.
issues or if it was from...
Well, I saw one of his teammates say that that's what happened, but apparently he's come back.
Alright, they have entered the correct room this time. Or have they? Yeah, it says for lane 1 only. So this is the lane 1 room.
This is actually really cool. MK is trying to flush out the Cobalt Crafters.
Nice suggestion from CoStream. that the same colored wolves, or they shouldn't be the same color. It should be like pink and red.
Alright, sounds
or
like the
That's odd.
maybe like dark gray and
cockblockers are
red
getting
gray.
into their wool area, which is way down in there in a tiny cramped little area.
Yeah, it's just in a chest. It's not in a full brick room.
Right. Hidden away behind all kinds of little obstacles, lava,
Mostly
pillars, and
zombie
so on and so
spawners, I
forth.
believe.
I got in Gramps' wood there a little bit.
Like we back up to the
He's
wall.
getting ready spawners.
That
He's gonna
solitary
go
is
ahead
probably
and trap
gonna-
us in here.
Solitary probably has it. Let me check the chest here. Yes, he grabbed 9 red wool.
Alright, we are now trapped, so I'm going to TP out of here to JCLL or something.
TP to me, or GC. Yeah, either one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
you're
hard
actually-
to cast from in there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Someone said we should try to get a texture pack that would turn obsidian almost translucent. That might be an idea.
It might be, in some cases that wouldn't be so great, but we'll try some stuff out and see what we can do.
Cobalt Crafter's still trying. Grass Giant taken out by Solitary, though he is armored up, I should say. And Fatter Chick is just trying to hold back. That would have been great time for Fatter Chick to knock both the enemy teammates into the lava there, but it didn't happen.
Another possibility could have
Indeed.
been to place some blocks to cause the lava to fill in over top.
Oh, that'd been evil. And amazing.
Yes, and then if the wool survived, it would have been... Actually, no. Would have been illegal for them to grab this red wool down here that I think they placed but didn't... No, that's definitely outside the lane. I think once the...
Well, what
That'd be a tough call.
happened was, and I want to explain this for the viewers and the chatters. What the Caulk blockers did was a mistake on Solitary Wolf's part. He went to the wrong room. Being that it was witnessed, and that they accepted having to go back in and go to the correct room to actually claim victory, and everybody agreed, I think that it's okay. And really, it set the Caulk blockers at a disadvantage because they had to redo all the same work that they'd already done, where the Cobalt crafters had the path completely cleared for them by the Caulk blockers. Because there's a lot of little obstacles to getting to the red wool once you're in that room, as you just saw, that were taken care of already by Solitary Wolf. So we had to do that job twice and run all the way back with the wool again. So I don't think that it really ends up being unfair to the Cobalt crafters. If anything, it really damaged the Caulk blockers more than them.
There we go.
And it looks like that's the game.
There we go. Yeah, that third wool takes a lot of teamwork. That became very evident towards the end.
Yeah, I think that what really determined, decided how this was going to end up is the fact that the Caulk blockers kind of hung back and took the time to make the iron armor and stuff.
And, of course, the initial spawn denying that went on, I think, was extremely useful.
Yeah, although I think that that's a strategy that is pretty easily defeated by just having a bed, and I'm very surprised that the Cobalt crafters didn't jump on that. You know what I mean? It seemed like they realized it later, but a lot of time was lost.
Well,
Yeah,
also
a lot of time was
the
lost.
CBs had a lot more polished play. They made sure to light up the graveyard area, for instance. And they still managed to make a bridge over top of the entire graveyard to avoid the alerted pigmen.
Right.
Not TNT bridges either. That would have been bad, especially in this match.
I don't know, TNT might have been
Yeah, that was
useful
good.
in the volcano. Clear out a lot of things really quickly.
Yeah, that was a good match. I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match. It was a lot closer than I think people predicted. I think that the Cobalt crafters were considered the underdogs, and I don't think that it was. I don't think it was really a shutout. They did quite well. It seemed like they were ahead for a while with the blue and green wool,
Yeah, they got
It
both of
ended
those
up
wolves
coming
first.
down to a red wool battle. Yeah. So even with that really clever move at spawn from the Caulk blockers, I don't think that they didn't really get shut down by that.
No, they were pretty much ahead for a little bit, but the Caulk blockers just took their time to kind of get things going first before they really assaulted that third one. I think that's really what made the difference. By the end, it was just basically death rushes coming from the Cobalt Crafters team, which
Indeed, yeah.
did kind of start working towards the end when they had the other team, through a few mishaps, lose some team members and gear, but it still was not enough.
I'm actually curious the path they
Well,
took to
yeah,
get
that
the
was-
blue wool on both sides. Ah, looks like they just tunneled way behind all of the mobs.
That was why I was saying that I think the key here, what really decided the game, is that the Caulk blockers took the time to hang back and make the armor. The trouble is that when you're doing a do or die, just steam in there and not worry, not hang back or plan or try to prepare any supplies. I think the trouble there is that only is useful to you if you have an advantage that you need to quickly, jump in there and exploit it. If it doesn't work and it fails more than a few times, it's time to regroup and get some supplies, because the other team got stronger in the meantime. Like, they were basically invincible to the Cobalt Crafters towards the end of the game there, because they didn't have arrows, they didn't have swords, they couldn't survive being attacked because they didn't have armor, whereas the Caulk blockers did, and there was like nothing that they could do at that point.
Yeah, I imagine there was a lot of frustration. It sounds like there was for most of the Cobalt Crafters team, and having the high ground there with that amount of armor and arms was just, like you said, impossible basically to overcome at that point.
Yeah. Dyer, would you be interested in popping into the general discussion, see if you can get to one person from each team who wants to come talk to us about it for a minute or two? Hopefully,
Sure, I'll see
who
what I
has
can find.
good mics and push to talk on.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, 1 second, I'll pop in there and see what we can find.
Yeah, both teams utilized the same basic strategy for getting the blue wall. They dug down a particular point until they hit bedrock, and then skimmed along it, and then down, and then along it again. Until they made
Where at?
it there. If you come up a little bit, I see you down there. I'm floating above you. Basically, it looks like they just dug down here.
Okay.
Actually,
And then
they may have done it one
probably-
over based on the existence of wool. And then just follow this, and it'll take you right to the wool room. Apparently you don't care.
I do care, but I was trying to follow along from the outside, and I don't understand.
Oh, I
Is
think...
there some other way through the bedrock? 'Cause that seems
No.
like it would be painful.
Well, if you come up here and look through it, it'll make sense.
Okay, I just didn't want to have to go the whole route, but I guess I have to understand. I will go in. Okay, and then they went all the way back.
Yeah, because otherwise they're going to get spawned on.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm going to pull them in here in just a second.
Alrighty, thanks, Dyer. Oh wow, okay, then they went back.
Grass!
Then back to the front. That's pretty crazy.
Alright, there we go. Nika and Akid. Nika
Hello.
from the CB Caulk Blockers team, and Akid from Cobalt Crafters.
That be
Hello.
me.
Hello.
So, what did you guys think about the match?
I hate you, Nika. I thought we did quite well.
Yeah, so, you want to tell us a little bit about the strategy that the Caulk blockers had? Was everything that you did planned from the beginning, like the spawn cannon and whether or not you were going to go for the armor or building the bridges at the end there?
Yeah, it was all planned, except for Chris grabbing the wrong wool. Everything was planned. So yeah, Chris found out that he could run get cannon supplies in like 2 minutes or something. So we're just like, sure, you can get a cannon. Where should we set it up? And he's like, hey, we could we could get rid of all their spawn supplies, and then make a giant chasm, just like in direct fire, except for they would have no arrows, so it'd be easy to lock them down. They'd have to either build a bridge or they'd have trouble running through there. At nighttime, they wouldn't be able to set their spawn anywhere but right in front of the water, and it's really easy to shoot people when they're in water. So we thought it would be a great spot to lock them down, and yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
area
that
is...
definitely.
The wall is really thin, and it's a lot of open area, so you don't have to destroy too many blocks to get it into that state.
Yeah.
It worked out amazing well. You had at least 2 of the Cobalt crafters locked down here,
including
for
me.
a good portion of the beginning. Yeah, Opkid, poor Opkid.
I know, I felt
I
so
know.
bad.
I got very PO'd at that point.
I started shooting the skeletons at your spawn, because I was like, oh, there's skeletons sitting there, I'm gonna kill it.
Wow, I'm just now looking at the devastation. That's a lot. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite a chasm.
It took me a few minutes to even get to the bottom of the chasm.
Yeah, and I was trying
Wow.
my hardest to get you guys before you got out of the water, because that's when you're moving the slowest, and when you're falling down, because that's where you can't dodge. And I felt like I did very well at that.
Too well.
Now, Opkid, later on in the match, we saw that you guys were trying to basically just rush the final wool area. I imagine there was a lot of frustration with that.
Yeah, that's true. Our original plan was to have Fatter Chick and Grass to do first and Grass do second. And then me and Josh just basically rush last wool. But since you got the 2 people who rushed the last wool locked down, we couldn't run that wool.
Ah, that's what was going on. Because we noticed that even though you and Jay Bayan were having trouble there in the beginning, the green and blue wolves were still obtained. So basically, the rest of the plan went normally.
Yes.
But since you 2 weren't able to get to the end there, so you were planning on a very short match.
True.
That is pretty interesting.
Yeah, they didn't expect us. I'm guessing they didn't expect us to be that resilient in the match, because in the chat they were saying how we lacked cannon skills. I remember somebody saying that.
Who said that?
I believe it was either Grass or Fatter Chick, I'm not sure, but one of them said we lacked
probably
cannon
Grass.
skills.
But yeah,
also...
I would actually say this, that you guys do not lack cannon skills. I'm gonna say that right here, right now. You do not lack cannon skills. I've seen Gramps' cannons. You are not bad at cannons at all.
Yeah, we
and
practiced
the
cannons.
giant chasm, also.
The giant chasm was a very, very good. I feel like it was the
very
game
good
changer.
example. And yeah, that was probably what made us lose the giant chasm.
Yeah, and then once you guys set your spawn, I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna leave and go shoot you guys at the spheres. And then I could see you guys were getting a little rushy after a while. Yeah, and then I committed suicide after thinking we won when Chris put the wool down. And then I was like, ah, crap, I lost all my stuff. And then they're like, redo. I was like, ah, crap.
Now,
Yeah, definitely.
One thing I was wondering about was the pigmen. Did you guys ever use those strategically against each other? I didn't catch that. But
No.
I suspect it might have happened.
There were some times where it looked
not
like
really.
someone was like, if I punch this one pigman, there's 5 pigmen over there. They're gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were thinking like, hey, if we punch this pigman right here, 5 pigmen are over there, but hey, look at this, there's 20 pigmen on our side, and they're gonna be aggroed to everybody in the chunk, and then,
Yeah, everyone gets aggroed, I believe, from pigmen if one person punches it.
Yes.
So if you've got like a bunch of people, a bunch of pigmen, I mean, next to one guy, you shoot that one of the pigmen, and they all come after him, kill them, hopefully.
Yeah, and for every pigman you see, there's 10 more behind the walls, so...
Yeah.
They're like roaches.
Yeah.
Like, we were thinking about getting rid of all the spawners, but then we were, it was just too much hassle, and then, so I just built a little bridge thing across, because I was getting annoyed with the pigmen killing me, and me losing stuff, so decided to build a bridge.
And poor Chris starved to death.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so, what expectations do you guys have for the rest of the tournament, Nika? What maps are you looking forward to playing, and what teams are you looking forward to playing?
Well, actually, I'm looking forward to playing Owlbox, because we actually did win that game, or win a game on one of Dyer's throwdowns in like 9 minutes and 30 seconds, I believe, was our time.
Insane. I remember that.
Yeah, and we also have a couple nice strats for Divided Together, so that's a nice game to play. So either one of those, because that'll really highlight me and MK and Gramps' amazing arrow skills, as you probably saw during that match. Yeah, those are like the best maps for arrow skills, so I feel like that's like the best map, that's going to be the map we're going to want to play. So.
Now I was watching the throwdown, partly because I was doing like a scouting thing, see it like if a weakness was shown or if a strength was obviously shown, and I was trying to think of something. Okay, so they are obviously really good at rushing, so what came into my mind was, okay, let's fight fire with fire. Let's rush as fast as we can and hopefully be faster.
Yep. And then that spawn cannon pretty much shut that down.
Yes.
Yep.
But it seems like it was a pretty good plan, though, anyway. I mean, plans often go awry, but as soon as you told me that, I realized why things played out the way they did.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, our hope was that at least one person was somebody that did something very dire for what was going to happen in the plan. No pun intended. Sorry.
I was thinking that, like, oh god.
So yeah, we were just hoping that one person would be doing something so severe in their plan that if we just locked one person down, it wouldn't matter what else they did, they just couldn't do one thing, and that would have let us get to the end.
What did J-Bay do?
I happen to notice the graveyard over here has a grave marked for Vex, and there's a TT trap below
Dig it.
I like that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Alright, guys, so do you have any final thoughts?
Not really.
I would just say good game, Op Kid. It was a
Good
pretty
game to you
scary
too.
match. We were nervous. Very
Yeah.
nervous.
Now, one thing that got me super annoyed was Josh at the end. He just said, "Okay, I'm leaving. We cannot win. They've got the wool already." He left the server. He left the call, and when we figured out that it was the wrong wool, we were screaming like at him in the Skype chat, like, get in the call again, get back on, and finally got back on. And when we told him that Chris grabbed the wrong wool, he was like,
Minecraft crash.
Really?
Wait, no, there it goes.
and then we just continued to try on from there and still lost, sadly.
I've noticed with Chris, it's always the red wool. He either forgets it in pain water, or he grabs the wrong one in third wool.
Well, for those of you who don't know, on my stream, when you make a diamond hat on airships or anything similar, it's called doing a Chris, and it's named after him.
Yeah, I would definitely say in the future, teams need to be made aware to stick around and see everything through just in case something like this happens.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And they probably shouldn't commit suicide.
There was a suggestion in
Yeah, that too. It's the same thing.
in co-stream that we may want to modify the map so that it's like pink wool and red wool, or like light gray and dark gray, so that it's more
Yeah.
explicit as to which side something came from.
Yeah, I was thinking the same
Maybe
thing.
even a simple blue and red.
Because what happens if two teams get their wool and die in the same area, and the people don't know which red wool is which?
And
It could be as
and
simple
one
as
more
orange and
thing
pink or
that our team was possibly thinking for this map. This was actually before we were pit against cop blockers, and we were kind of just going through all the maps. Like, we would just wait for them to get out of their bedrock area in that place, kill them, take their wool and use it for ourselves.
That was something I was expecting to see, but it didn't seem like you guys had the supplies to really pull it off.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Yeah, a while. Oh, sorry.
we should probably make some announcements that tomorrow there should be another match, Mind Blown versus Bacon, which I believe is scheduled for 11 p.m. Eastern. On Saturday, there are currently 4 matches scheduled. One is really early at 7 a.m. Eastern. That's Team SG versus... let me expand my thing here. The calendar's still not big enough. Okay, 7 a.m. Eastern on Saturday is Team SG versus the Destroyers. 2 p.m. Eastern is Awkward Potion versus the Silverfish. 4 p.m. Eastern is Brute versus Lavanauts. And 10:30 p.m. Eastern is Bulletproof versus Dead Pixel.
And we're going to have more matches the weekend after that, and probably more after that.
Yeah, there's a lot of matches to be had.
All of us will probably be adding these to our schedules and tweeting them out or whatever is necessary to get the word out so that you can come and watch the map. So I think myself, Dew, and Dyer will probably be streaming most all of these, barring any other, any scheduling problems.
Yeah, well, I think you've said you're not going to be able to make the 7 a.m. one on Saturday because it's like 4 a.m. for you.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I wasn't
didn't
sure.
say that.
I thought we were.
I said I would stay up late and then do it. So really, on Friday there will be 2 matches for me.
Okay.
In terms of
Yeah, I'll definitely be
awakeness.
there.
You're gonna go to bed at 4 and then wake up at 5 hours later to do the 2 p.m. one. My Minecraft seems to have crashed.
Something along those lines. All right, guys, that was a really, really good match, and it was very close. I think it was closer than people were predicting. So it
Yeah,
ended up
that
being
was
very
very
tight,
close.
very good.
Yeah, it was 2 objectives versus 3. Great game, everybody.
Oh, thank you guys
Definitely
for
a great game.
live
Yeah, it's
streaming.
great
It was
game.
really nice.
Not a problem. And we look forward to seeing everybody play in the future. And I think with that, we are probably going to sign off.
Yep, thanks guys for playing, and looking forward to seeing you guys again.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll catch you guys later then.
Thanks, guys.
And thanks, Co and Do. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and kill my recording.
Alrighty, Dyer. We'll catch you later. And thanks, viewers, for watching. This is the kickoff of the second tournament, and like we said, we're going to have many more matches in the next few days, and then it looks like we're probably going to have them every weekend for a while. So, and also, there will be recordings of these matches. As to where they will all end up, I'm not sure. Probably be some on my channel, perhaps Dew's and Dyer's, and also on our Twitch pages too, right?
Yeah, I assume there's also going to be a link in the Reddit, which is reddit.com/r/MC Tourney. We'll have both the calendar and links to all of the previous matches.
Indeed, yep. So, did you guys have any final thoughts on the match, or anything you want to say on the way out?
Coco EA from my stream is asking how long was the match. I believe it was a bit under an hour from start to finish.
It's not terrible. It was a good match. There was no, sometimes when a match will go on for an hour, you kind of get to the point where you're not really seeing much progress. But it was very nice all the way to the end.
Yes,
Indeed,
I think
yeah.
it was action packed. A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, I agree.
No major technical derps. I think it went off. Really
And we got to see the elegance of the spawn camp, which I think was completely unexpected.
Yeah, now that people know about that, they'll be prepared for it. But to counter that on the fly is very difficult because they could just build another cannon and take out whatever bridge you put there.
Yeah. Well, it's awesome
Yeah, I
to see
suspect
stuff
that
like
we'll see
that.
that more.
Yeah, it's awesome to see stuff like that emerge, and then people have to compensate and come up with counter strategies. It's also nice that everybody got to see that it's not completely undefeatable. They were able to get out of it. They had actually many opportunities to escape that just by setting their spawn point, which, in the heat of the moment, as we've all experienced, you can
Yeah.
easily forget simple
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Because, I
but-
mean, even if one person wasn't able to make it, having one person lock down one person is usually not worth it, because it's a one-for-one trade. At least at the beginning
Yeah.
of the spawn, you want to have them be somewhere they can prevent a wolf from being grabbed, like camping over the green wool area, or something like that.
Well, then it depends on how much of, do you feel that you have such an advantage on your side, that, like, something that you know is going on or about to happen that you feel isn't going to happen on the enemy side, then it may be worth it to sacrifice a teammate, or even two,
Well,
to shut them
though,
down.
during most of the lockdown, the Cobalt Crafters were ahead in wool count.
Right, that's true, yeah. I'm not saying that that's what happened in this match, I'm just saying there is a potential good use for that kind of tactic.
Yeah, I've seen that before where it'll backfire too if they get too focused on pinning even one person down. Actually, it's funny, it was the cock blockers I saw when it happened. Nika was basically holding the line, or maybe it was Solitary. Both of them very good shots with the bow. But they were on direct fire playing a skirmish match against another team, and the other team just kind of sat there and whittled away trying to kill Nika. Couldn't do it. Had all four members of the team at the Red Wool Bridge area on direct fire. Couldn't kill them, and they basically lost the match because they had more gear, but they just sat there and tried to kill one player. Yeah, so you gotta measure that out a little bit, but when you go for blood like that, that's definitely not a good strategy.
Yeah, it can end up killing you.
Yeah.
Yep, it doesn't matter how many people you kill, it's the number of wolves on the monument.
I do notice something though, is that Nika and MK and Solitary, their arrow fire is definitely accurate and rage-worthy.
Oh yeah, there were some
Oh, yeah.
shots
Yep.
that were going on, especially the jump shots, where... Because those just get that right arc that just makes you so frustrated, like, how am I getting hit? I'm hiding! But nope, it's just perfect to get down those, like, 2D poles.
Yeah, even though Cobalt crafters were using Skype, only one of them was using Mumble. Like there was an open feed from there. I could hear them yelling in Skype through Mumble. But yeah, that was a great match. I think that's it though for me. I don't think there's really anything else to add on my part. It was just really that was good.
Yep, I thought it was really good, and feels good to see some RFW again, I think.
Yeah, it really does.
For those
refreshing.
asking in the chat, this is the beginning of the second tournament, which has already gone through the phase of team selection. If you're interested in getting the team together, then you're going to want to be looking forward to the third tournament, which we haven't started. We will start preparing for that once we get nearer to the end of this one. But for now, we're in the midst of the second tournament. The teams have already been picked, and they are going to be playing through the brackets now. If you want to know when the next match is going to be tomorrow night at
I think it's
11 p.m. Eastern Time. Yeah.
So 26-ish hours from now.
Indeed.
I found Diamond Hoe. I just felt like sharing that. I'm trying to till the earth, but MK keeps jumping on it, so I'm going to have to beat him to death with a Diamond Hoe. That's Minecraft.
Yep. Well, I think that's going to be it for me. So,
Me as well.
thanks for
Yep,
watching,
same
everybody.
here.
And tune in tomorrow night. We will be advertising, when it's about to get going and so forth. And hopefully we'll have another good match.
Fleetings.